There is important crop monitoring done. September, October is really the season when the harvests of all summer vegetables are very, very abundant. So the care of the crops, this year our cucumbers were quite attacked by mites, the water idiom too. We are also trying out some leaflets and we are trellising our cucumbers. The best technique to prevent diseases for tomatoes or cucumbers, vegetables that are susceptible to downy mildew for example, is to properly ventilate the space. And avoid the plant becoming too bushy, which can create a high humidity risk around the plant. It involves the work of pruning, defoliation and trellising the crop. In the greenhouse, we use automatic drip irrigation and water very little because tomatoes should not be overwatered. Outside, when it rains, the rain is there and the leaves get wet, which is conducive to the development of diseases. So even more care needs to be taken with the tomatoes outside. September, October is also the right time to sow green manure so that our garden beds do not remain bare throughout the winter. We weed and loosen our garden bed with the broad fork or the small broad fork. Next, the seed bed is prepared again with the rake. A bit of compost or organic matter is added when available. It's good to do it in the fall so that this compost can decompose all winter and the nutrients from this compost become available to the plants in the spring. And once we have prepared the seed bed, we do direct sowing. I do direct sowing. It's simple. I take a mix of seeds in my hands and I broadcast them, trying to achieve uniformity in the sowing. And then we go over it again with a small rake so the seed can mix with the soil and we water it. We let nature take its course. We can use grasses, a mix of grasses, legumes, crucifers possibly. When it is September, we have a wider range of options. The closer we get to winter, the more it narrows down, so it depends on our harvests. And when an entire garden bed has been harvested, it can be prepared again for winter. And at the beginning of spring, when we reinvest in the vegetable garden, we will mow all of that and let it decompose. Or we let it decompose on the ground if we are transplanting. Otherwise, if we are doing direct sowing, we send it all to the compost. The frequent mistakes that I have made and continue to make are the lack of care for the crops. The risk is that you can get completely overwhelmed by the workload. For those who want to get into market gardening, I recommend starting small. Cultivate the smallest area possible, but cultivate it exceptionally well. This is one of the recommendations found in old market gardening books, which notably mention the experience of Parisian market gardeners from the 19th century